Here's a parenting confession that might shock you. Sometimes being too lenient can be just as damaging as being too strict. Robin Wright, the beloved Princess Bride star, recently opened up about what she calls her biggest parenting failure during her tumultuous marriage to Sean Penn. At 59, the accomplished actress is now confronting the harsh reality that her well-intentioned approach to raising her children may have actually set them up for serious struggles. The Hollywood veteran shares 2 adult children with her former husband, daughter Dylan, now 34, and son Hopper, who is 32. But here's where it gets controversial. Wright admits she deliberately chose to be the soft parent, while Penn took on the role of disciplinarian. This dynamic, she now realizes, created what she describes as a toxic parenting environment with devastating consequences. I carry enormous guilt as a parent, and I've been dealing with the aftermath of this mistake for years with my children. I simply wasn't firm enough with them, Wright revealed during a candid conversation with the Times of London this past weekend. Her admission comes after years of watching both children struggle with serious personal challenges. The evidence of their parenting approach impact became painfully clear when Hopper publicly disclosed his battle with crystal methamphetamine addiction back in 2017. Meanwhile, Dylan's teenage years were marked by consistent rebellious behavior that kept Wright in a constant state of anxiety. Every single day when the telephone rang, my first thought was always, "Are they still alive? Please tell me they're okay," Wright remembered, describing the years of sleepless nights and constant worry. I lived in that terrifying headspace for what felt like an eternity with both of my kids. But here's where the family dynamics get even more complicated. While Penn, now 65, maintained a much stricter approach with their children, his demanding acting career meant he was frequently absent from their daily lives. This created what Wright calls a damaging cycle that neither parent fully understood at the time. The problem was that Sean would disappear for months due to his film projects, she explained. When he'd finally return home, he'd immediately step into this authoritarian role, lay down the law, and then vanish again, leaving me to deal with all the emotional aftermath. And this is the part most people miss about co-parenting after separation. Wright found herself constantly trying to repair the emotional damage left behind by Penn's strict, then absent approach. My instinct was always to comfort them and ease the tension, she continued. We represented 2 completely opposite extremes. Our children never experienced that crucial middle ground, that balanced combination of firmness and understanding that kids desperately need for healthy development. This raises a thought-provoking question. Is it possible that trying to be the good cop parent can actually be more harmful than beneficial? Wright's experience suggests that children need consistent boundaries from both parents. Not a confusing mixture of harsh discipline followed by permissive comfort. The couple's marriage lasted 14 years, spanning from 1996 until their final divorce in 2010. Interestingly, both Wright and Penn have each been married and divorced 3 times, which might explain some of their struggles with maintaining stable family dynamics. Following her split from Penn, Wright embarked, who is 14 years younger than her. Their romance was marked by multiple breakups and reconciliations, including 2 separate engagements that ultimately ended in 2020. Currently, Wright has found stability with British architect Henry Smith, whom she encountered during her time in the United Kingdom. He represents everything I've been searching for. He's genuinely kind-hearted and simply a mature, responsible adult. He's a real man, she shared with the Times of London, emphasizing the contrast between her current relationship and past romantic experiences. Despite their challenging co-parenting history, Wright and Penn have managed to rebuild their relationship as friends. After years of being completely estranged following their divorce, the former couple reconciled their friendship in 2023. Maintaining any kind of relationship with your ex-spouse when children are involved is genuinely one of life's most challenging situations. Wright acknowledged during an interview with E! News. However, the truth is that we'll always be connected as a family unit, regardless of our romantic status, and I find that concept beautiful. That's what I hope everyone can achieve. The silver lining in Wright's story? Both Dylan and Hopper have apparently overcome their early struggles and are now thriving in their adult lives, according to their mother. But here's what I want to know. Do you think Wright's approach was really the problem? Or was it the inconsistency between the parents that caused the damage? Should one parent always be stricter than the other? Or do you believe both parents need to maintain the same level of discipline? And here's the controversial part. Some parenting experts actually argue that having one nurturing parent can help balance out a stricter co-parent. What's your take on this parenting dilemma? Have you experienced similar challenges in your own family? Or do you think Wright is being too hard on herself? Share your thoughts and experiences, because let's be honest, parenting is never as straightforward as the experts make it seem.